Welcome back to the show. We're now joined by seniors Matt Wenger and Kyle Antos. Kyle, we look at Saturday, and you guys get on the board in the first series, but defense has kind of adjusted. It became a different game after that. What kind of happened?
Well, obviously we scored our first drive down, and it felt really good. Then we looked back, and they came back to answer the call with another 7 points. So we started to let go at that point, and we were just in a battle from there.
And Matt, you have 13 tackles on Saturday. Come playoff time, I mean, your tackle numbers have been really high when a lot of these teams are scheming for you. How you been able to get free?
I think mostly just the defensive line. They do such a good job up front, that they command, double teams. If they got to double our guys up front, that opens up some lanes for the linebackers. And really, I mean, all the credits really got to go to them. That's, we just, a lot of times if we're unblocked, we have to, you got to make the tackle if you're unblocked. And thanks to them, I was able to make some tackles on Saturday. So.
And the big story of this team in 2010, really, the resurgence of this defense, new coordinator, a lot of veterans coming back. Yeah. But it seemed like, before it hadn't really come together. This year it did. Any idea why?
Well, we had a lot of veteran players on defense this year. A lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, guys that have had experience playing, and we really came together well. Last spring, when we installed some new stuff, a new scheme, and the coaches did a great job. Coach Ponks and all the assistant defensive coaches really did a good job all year of making us get better every single day. And looking at the beginning of the season, to the last game, I think we made a lot of strides defensively, and it was fun to go through the process of getting better each week and playing better teams each week too. And it was just a lot of fun all year. So.
And Coach, I imagine Rick Ponks' job as defensive coordinator is pretty safe.
Yeah, he did a very wonderful job. Part of why Matt's tackles stayed so solid during the playoffs is he didn't leave him in exactly the same spot.
Okay.
From week to week, because he knew, say, hey, they're going to expect him to be here. They're going to be ready to block that, so we're going to move him over here, and those kind of things. And Kyle's talking about the guys making mistakes. It wasn't really them making mistakes. I mean, you're playing against a really quality team, and they made some adjustments. Now we had to make some adjustments, and so it's like a chess match going on all the time, and we don't want any of the guys to think that they did anything wrong to make us lose this football game. I mean, they played so hard. It was just a thrill to be a part of the whole thing.
Well, no doubt it's been a fun ride. The Cardinal defense has been in hot pursuit of anything wearing a different colored jersey in 2010. We look back on some of the best of our top 5 defensive plays of the season. We start our defensive top 5 with some oomph. Matt Wenger simply laid the wood against the Blue Golds of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. These 3 hits are just a sampling of his 13 tackles that Saturday afternoon. The Cheese Eaters definitely went home sore after this one. Number 4 takes us to the battle for the bell, and Josh McLeod making a fool out of Wheaton QB Garrett Meter. McLeod shows his mad hops at midfield and cuts back across the Thunder offense for a nice return. And if the Thunder O was a TV show on this day, it'd be caught in reruns. McLeod goes airborne again, this time in the end zone. Yeah, we see you, Josh. 2 of his 8 picks this season. From graceful play to pure power for number 3. It was a sack party in the Carthage backfield on October 2nd at Benedetti Worley. Cardinal defensive linemen were getting after Evan Jones all day long. 8 sacks in all. A signature performance from a unit that set a single-season sack record in 2010. Number 2 takes us into the postseason and a special teams play. But what the heck, it is a defensive player. Kyle Hayes does his best Dikembe Mutombo impression and blocks Kevin Wazlowski's punt attempt. Take another look, the junior comes in untouched, and you can almost hear him say, "Not in my house." And we end the defensive top 5 the same way we started, with Matt Wenger. On homecoming, the senior picked up Brian Rooney's awkward backward pass and ran away to the end zone like he stole it and doesn't want a court date. The Scoop and Score picks up number 1 in our countdown. 2010 was a fun one. In order to top it, next year's squad better start working right now. Matt, you crack our defensive top 5 twice. Number 1 being that Scoop and Score against Wesley, and exciting play for anybody watching it firsthand. But what was going through your head on that play? Just take me through it for yourself.
Yeah, it's a couple weeks ago, but I think the quarterback took off running, and he made a lateral. He tried to throw it to his running back, and I wasn't really sure. I was pretty sure it was a lateral, so I guess I was in the right spot at the right time. Just pick it up, and guys had some good blocks, and we were able to score a touchdown. It was pretty exciting for everybody. So.
And Kyle, we've seen this guy make some great plays in the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys are going head-to-head, you have to get out in the second level and put a hat on him.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
It's hard to do. We've gone against each other a couple times this year. He likes to avoid the linemen. He doesn't really like to take them on. But I don't know. I've seen him go down a couple times against the O-line with us. So, but the problem is getting a hold of him. Once if you can get a hold of him, then you might be all right. But if you can't get a hold of him, then you're in some trouble.
Stick around. We continue our recap edition of the Red Zone after this short break.